Ukraine wipes out 330 soldiers and 8 Russian units in brutal counterattack. Moscow has claimed its goal is to build a buffer zone along the northeastern border, but Ukraine says its forces are now turning the tide. Ukrainian military intelligence has claimed a devastating blow to Russian forces in Sumy Oblast, saying its special forces killed over 330 Russian troops and wiped out more than 8 enemy companies during a fierce battle. The report, published by Ukraine's main Directorate of Intelligence, HUR, on August 5th, said elite Tymur Special Unit troops repelled a Russian push in the northeast, releasing dramatic footage showing close-range fighting, drone strikes, and artillery pounding Russian positions. HUR, which shared footage appearing to show dead Russian soldiers and destroyed equipment, said total Russian losses at least 334 killed, more than 550 wounded. The exact location and timing of the clash were not disclosed. Russian forces pushed into Sumy Oblast earlier this year after reclaiming most of Russia's neighboring Kursk Oblast. Moscow has claimed its goal is to build a buffer zone along the northeastern border, though Ukraine says its forces are now turning the tide. According to HUR, Tymur Special Unit fighters infiltrated deep behind enemy lines, dismantling Russian positions and severing their supply chains for food and ammunition. Ukrainian intelligence said intercepted Russian radio chatter showed soldiers refusing to attack the Ukrainian unit, citing fabricated reasons. While the Kiev Independent could not verify the full extent of the claims, Ukrainian officials say Russian losses have increased sharply since June, when Moscow stepped up its summer offensive in Sumy Oblast. Still, Ukraine says it has halted that advance and even regained ground. On July 27, the Ukrainian military confirmed the recapture of the village of Kindrativka, days after retaking the nearby border settlement of Andrivka. Russia still controls around a dozen villages in the region, but President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukrainian forces are gradually pushing the Russian forces out. A spokesman for the Ukrainian General Staff said, in the north, Slobozhansk and Kursk directions, Ukrainian defenders repelled 13 Russian attacks. The enemy carried out 18 airstrikes, dropped a total of 35 guided aerial bombs, and carried out 353 artillery attacks, including 16 from multiple rocket launcher systems. Separately, Russian media outlet SHOT claimed residents of the border region of Bryansk residents had reported multiple explosions in the sky and active air defense. It added, as locals told SHOT, the massive attack on the city began around 5 a.m. More than 10 powerful explosions were already heard, and several drones were shot down. Eyewitnesses report a column of thick black smoke at the site of the UAV wreckage in one of the Bryansk districts, and residents of other districts of the region also report the sounds of drones flying overhead and explosions. SHOT added, there has been no official information about the consequences of the attack or the number of casualties yet. Meanwhile, 7th Rapid Response Corps eliminates Russian subversive group that broke through to Pokrovsk. Soldiers of the 7th Rapid Response Corps demonstrated the destruction of an enemy sabotage and reconnaissance group that broke through to Pokrovsk. The video was posted on the Corps official social media. The main task of the Russian forces was to accumulate manpower within the city for the further deployment of the offensive. The coordinated actions of the units of the 7th Rapid Response Corps and adjacent units of the defense forces allow for the rapid detection and destruction of enemy groups. Thanks to the work of drones, reconnaissance, and decisive actions of the soldiers, enemy infantry can be quickly detected and eliminated. The city's defenders continue to closely monitor possible enemy infiltration routes. It became known on July 28 that the 7th Rapid Response Corps would take over the defense of the city. The formation includes airborne brigades 25, 77, 79, 81, and the 78th Airborne Assault Regiment. In addition, it is planned to create new units and regiments in the future. It is known that the 25th Airborne Brigade is already holding the line in Pokrovsk itself, as confirmed by the publications of its press service. Meanwhile, other units have been deployed to other parts of the front until recently. As of now, Pokrovsk has been completely cleared of enemy subversive groups and is under the full control of Ukrainian troops. In general, the city and its surroundings are under constant and powerful enemy pressure. The 55th and 30th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigades, as well as the 87th Rifle and 433rd Motorized Rifle Regiments, are conducting offensive operations in this area. The enemy continues to try to reach the outskirts of Pokrovsk in order to further capture the city, but suffers catastrophic losses.